Hey folks, I'm Lady, and this is First 15, where I bring you the first 15 minutes of the latest games releasing on Xbox Game Pass. Today, we're playing Wartales. It's an open-world RPG where you play as someone simply trying to survive after a plague ravaged the Empire. Now, it doesn't sound like a hero's journey sort of thing where you find out that you're the chosen one and you end up phosphor-dying people all over the place. Instead, you're a loner who brings together a band of mercenaries to carve your own path in this harsh medieval environment. It was developed by Shiro Games, an indie studio based in Bordeaux, and the only thing I know from them is Spice Wars, which is a real-time strategy game set in the Dune universe that I think was very well received. So I'll give you my usual disclaimer with games of this type that this brief first look will barely scratch the surface of what to expect from it, but we'll at least get to dive in. Playtime is about 40 hours plus. I'll link to the game in the box. Let's get started. Alright, choose your destiny. Your companions are apprentice friends looking for an adventure, men escorting merchants who lost their employer, deserters fleeing an abusive captain, young farmers looking for a better life, or bandits looking to escape the guard. They get to start with braised chicken? And the young farmers just looking for a better life, all they get is bread. Are you kidding me? I get raw materials, but I start with 50 plus suspicion if I'm a deserter. I have less medicine if I'm escorting merchants, but I've got lots of crowns. Let's start with a pretty decent mix of talents. You know, like I've got the swordsman, the ranger, the archer, and the brute. So I should say the most balanced rather than saying the easiest. So let's just go with that. Now, my companions are used to long walks, which, oh my god, sorry. I'm using my controller, and every time I flick, it just sort of goes out of control. Reduces the speed at which the troops' fatigue stacks. They're cunning fighters, which means I get more experience and influence. Okay. We show incredible resilience, which means our constitution is increased. We're excellent at slap games, which means our critical damage is increased. And we're quick learners, which means that the experience gained for each profession is increased. After a battle, I mean, because this is called Wartales, for now, let's just focus on the bonuses I get from fighting. And I do like the way that this sets it up, that it tries to create a story for the backstory rather than just saying, you know, pick your stats. If they had a flaw, it would be a somewhat meek appearance, which means that our capacity is decreased. Eternal dissatisfaction, which reduces the happiness by 1 during each rest. Okay, that's... So is that throughout the course of the entire game? I don't want that. An uncommon bout of bad luck, which means a critical hit is reduced. A very hard time getting up. That's me in the morning in the winter, am I right? Which debuffs... Okay, so it's danger during rest increased by 10%. Or a serious lack of self-confidence, which reduces the willpower by 1. I'm well aware of all the ways that a developer can apply the stats that you have, but that doesn't mean they're all going to do it the same way, and I'm hoping that by reducing my willpower, it's not something that's going to lock me out of certain choices. Whereas, you know, having like reduced critical hit damage, that just means that I'm going to have to fight a little bit harder, and I don't want to decrease my carrying capacity. So we're going to go with this. Exploration mode. You can do adaptive exploration, where the difficulty of all regions adapts dynamically to your group's size and your unit's power. The game will always offer a challenge suited to your troop. Or region-locked exploration. Each region of the world has a set difficulty from the start. You'll have to expand and improve your troop before you can explore more dangerous areas and fight more powerful enemies. I love that, because these two are incredibly different approaches to open world. I feel like, you know, a lot of us are more used to this, where you're just kind of traipsing along, happy as you like, eating your bread and putting salt on it or whatever is going on in your inventory. And then you hit a point where you're like, oh, there's an enemy. I'm just going to go whack them with my magic or my sword. And they slap the shit out of you. And you're like, oh, okay, so this is not where I'm supposed to go right now. I'm just going to go back because this is a hard area. Having games adapt to your actual skill level, I feel like that's something I don't see happen that much in open world RPGs, though it does happen in a lot of other games. So just for the sake of this, because it's not like we're going to get to a point where, you know, we're going to see that much anyway, I'm going to do adaptive. All right, starting region. Jesus, you get to pick really a lot here. You're ready to walk straight into hell. Death is immediate. Retreats come at a greater penalty. Companions who flee are lost. Enemy groups are faster. Disengagement comes at a greater penalty. Overall difficulty is at its max. So that's my starting region. It's the Tiltrin County, which is an independent state. So you know what? We'll just... Tactical battles and the possibility of losing companions do not scare you. You want an easier... Let's just do this just for now. We'll just put all of that on Novice. Only one save per game, but you can go back at any time to certain checkpoints, like the last village you visited. You can save at any time, make multiple saves the same game, or you have one save, one chance. You cannot go back, and any game over is irreversible. All right, so we're just gonna put on free. I do like that it gives you a lot of choices, though. All right, got my folks. Here we go. So the archer is Sibius. You know what? I don't care. Who am I? My pony. Friffris. Menu goo. You sweetie, this is not happening. Your name is going to be Potshot. Who am I, though? Like, who do I get to be? Because I don't want to leave this thinking that, you know, I just have my band, and then it's going to let me customize me after, and then it turns out, like, I'm one of these guys. Because if that's the case, fine. Let's make another one of these a woman. So we've got a swordsman. Let's make this ranger a lady. And we'll make her brown, just in case. Yes, she looks stalwart. This does need to be adjusted. Like, it needs to show that the skin tone is actually changing and, like, what number it's on. But the fact that, okay, fine. I would prefer to be able to have someone a little darker than that, but okay, whatever, fine. Random positive trait. Do I want her to be bloodthirsty, brawny, strong, nimble, hardworking, clever, quick, volunteer? What is this? Wages reduced. Thick-skinned or stocky? I want you to be a stocky girl. You're gonna be a stocky broad. That's fine. Let's start. At the beginning, your companions are off in search of adventure. After a few days of quietly traveling along, their only feat was not getting lost, and they have reached their destination. Here surely awaits some novel and exciting quests that will stir up the uneventful lives of bored apprentices. Adventure awaits at the end of the road, for those who make it there alive, that is. Ooh. So, oh, this is cool. So, like, when it said open world RPG, you know, it didn't say, like, first person or anything, so I wasn't exactly sure. See, I am one of them. I think I'm the main guy. All right, whatever. But yeah, so this is interesting. Oh, all right, let's get ready to fight, guys. Let's fight these bandits. All right, when your turn comes, play any unit you haven't used yet in the round. You can find out which enemy will then come into play. Prepare your strategy. I will say, though, that I feel like describing it as an open world RPG is... I don't want to say it's a little bit of a misnomer. I don't know. I just feel like it could be described a little bit better. Oh, I have to hold it? Oh, I see. That's bizarre. That feels very tabletop. And you go here. And you go here. We're gonna surround them. See? Yeah. All right. Now you are just going to shoot. So that's your range. Pow! When you perform a melee attack on a free enemy, you engage them. An engaged unit can only attack their engaged opponent and has a higher chance of taking critical damage. Take advantage of this with your other units. An engaged unit is exposing their back. All right, now we're gonna move you here to the back because they're now engaged, which means I should be able to sneak up on this hoodlum. Oh my god, I didn't know that there was friendly fire on. I'm sorry, sir. You know, I didn't realize. Maybe you want to not just be like right where I am. God. None of that feels intuitive to me. I don't know. Like any other game, you have to kind of get used to the controls. But for now, we're going to loot all. Like, I do really enjoy that this is not just another first-person run-aroundsy, but yeah, I feel like the interface, I just feel like it needs some tweaking. And I feel like I could go into more depth with that and be more specific if I actually sat down and did, you know, a proper review, but that's not what this is. This is just a first look. So we're gonna just take a look at this. Talk.
When I think of how many people don't shoe their ponies, it makes me want to pull out the little hair I have left.
Oh, all right. Well, voice acting is good. I don't want to steal from you, but what have you got? Bonus, movement speed in the world increased by 3%. I could buy it for 50. Yeah, all right. I'll get that. You want, no, I'm going to keep the medicine. And the bread and the apples. And the comfrey. And the cloth, because I don't know what I might need to craft. Like, this is what I'm talking about. It minuses, like, it's not intuitive where you go to then just finalize this. Like, what am I trading? Do I have to click on my gold? And now that's gone. Can I exit? Can I even exit out of here? Let's just start pushing buttons here. You know what? Fine, let's deal. Maybe that'll trigger something. New profession, thief. Let's just choose professions for these guys. You can be a tinkerer. You can be a thief. And we'll leave the two of you. And so we'll have you try to steal it. You can steal items using X. Each theft increases the guard's suspicion level. All right. So steal that. All right, and then cancel. How do I get out of this? Oh my God, I don't even know how that happened.
Throw in the horseshoes for free.
Tell you what, buy a horse from us and I'll throw in the horseshoes for free. Okay, Jesus Christ. I think I might have hit the shoulder buttons, but now I'm afraid to go in anything. I do like, though, that it shows that the item that's stolen is separate from the others. Coal can be used with iron to forge powerful weapons and armor. Okay. That was very frustrating.
Has been a boon for my business. I cannot help but feel for my poor ponies.
Oh, although the war in Eldrin has been a boon for my business. I didn't like your delivery.
I can tell you aren't soldiers. Take them with you if you can. Otherwise, they would most likely end up dead on the battlefield through no fault of their own.
I agree with you. This is bizarre. Let's talk to the freaking pony. Hey, pony. You have anything to say? Let me inspect you. Yes, very, very good, very good. You suck. All right, let's just leave this place that infuriated me. And let's just go. So we have on the bottom here what I'm assuming to be, yes, the shortcuts for the D-pad. So pushing down allowed us to set up camp. Carrying capacity, skills, defense, specialization, relationships. Oh boy, guys. Okay, exit out of that. Up just brings up the inventory. This allows us to see the map. Buy a pony to be eligible for, okay, so you get to see your objectives there. Then left pulls up the compendium. Blacksmith, so that was by hitting right. Okay. And then I can get to do these challenges if I want to, if I so see fit. But I don't see fit. So what can we do here? You can use a campfire to pay and feed your troops. Assign companion generates one for each rest. Okay, so this is just how you rest. All right, let's have a meal, guys. We're going to have some bread. We're going to have some crunchy, juicy apples. We are going to rest somehow. Like, how does the button... Okay, there we go. So you have to hit B to exit out of each thing? Fine. Let's go ahead and rest, guys. I'm assuming we ate the food? Okay, they're well rested, and they gain 2 of whatever the hell that is. Their happiness increased. They were assigned to the campfire. Okay, sure. And we gained the maximum valor points. How do we exit the camp? Do we just hit down again?
Excuse
yes.
me, but are you mercenaries?
Who's asking?
by the all-seeing eye. What a relief. I don't think I would have survived another day. Bandits attacked my caravan. I'm the only one who made it. I've been trying to reach Stromcap for 2 days now, but I am unarmed, and with these wolves around, I don't stand a chance.
What wolves? I love wolves.
I'll give you all I was able to salvage after the attack, if you take me back to Stromcamp Market safe and sound.
Sure, buddy. No problem. All right. So that's nice. You can have random encounters. I mean, I do love this. If I liked the controls better than I do, and I don't. Ooh, hey. Hey, who's that? Who's that? Let's see if we can catch up to them. Oh. Well, let's inspect. Yeah, like, I mean, I like this map, and I like... Oh. I don't want to fight you guys, actually. I was just looking at you, you know? Just looking, just to say hi. Alright, I took you back to Stromcap, dude. Which was like 2 feet away from you. Alright. And then you can go to the forge, the town hall. Yeah, so, you know what? I'm gonna stop here. I don't know. There's something about the controls, and again, like the interface that I'm just not a fan of. I feel like some things... There are some menus and options that... I know, where it doesn't feel like each thing was as customized as it should be. It almost feels like taking the same menus and just applying them to multiple things, even if it's not really intuitive that that particular thing would have the same kind of menu. There are just issues I have with this, and there are issues that, again, might be overcome by getting used to the controls and getting used to the UI. But I'm just a stickler for the way that things are presented. So I'm gonna stop here, which means that was the first 15 of Wartales. If you like what you see, you can play it right now on Game Pass. And if you like this series, please like the video to show your support. I'll see you back here soon with another Game Pass release. Until then, thanks so much for watching and happy gaming.